Welcome back to my YouTube channel. That's it. So I have some news for you guys, and you may have heard about the latest news, but I'm going to share to you my version of the latest news that I have heard. So Tony Buzbee, and everyone who probably know about him, he is a man not to mess around with. He's representing 120 victims of Sean Diddy Combs, and he's doing a lawsuit. He's not doing it in a group, he's doing it individually. Of this lawsuit, 120. On top of that, he's coming after Diddy's accomplice. Yes, he's coming after them. So people who were involved in a freak-off party, who have participated in a freak-off party, people who have witnessed certain things, he is coming after you guys. So unless you do some type of settlement, and I know most people that were involved in the freak-off party who engaged into these activities and known about it, they're trying to, settle out of court, and they don't want it to be public knowledge. That, to me, that's a little tricky. I get it. I'm just thinking about the victims side of it. They don't want to relive it. They don't want to, go to trial and relive their trauma and what happened to them. But my thing is, does money solve everything? Does money solve everything, even though they settle? These people who saw things that were being done to them, shouldn't they be accountable for their action and be reprimanded? I feel like by giving the victims money is just putting a Band-Aid on top of it. And it's just going to keep happening and again and again. What make you think that they're not going to do it to the next person? If Diddy goes to prison, they can do it to the next person, And I just want to make it very clear, I'm very, very, very sympathetic of the victims and their trauma, what they went through. I can't even imagine, because I never been in that situation before. But with that being said, for me, in my opinion, I don't think settling is an option. Just to give me hush-hush money because you don't want your name to be known. You don't want your name to be out there in the public, which in my opinion, their names should be out there. They should be punished and held accountable for their actions, what they did to you and to other victims as well. I don't feel like settling outside of court is going to make it better. I don't think money will make it better, to be honest with you. It's not going to ease the pain. It's not going to make the memory and the pain go away. Yeah, the money, having that settlement money is a comfort, and it will set you for life. But my thing is, no one's not going to know your story. And for you to be brave enough to tell your story and tell what happened to you, it can help other people out there. That's just my opinion. I feel like, in my opinion, you should not take the settlement. You should tell those people, kick rocks, the celebrities who's trying to downplay it and don't want their names to be mentioned. Tell them to kick rocks, and you're going to take them to trial. And you never know, you might get money out of it for damages and stuff like that. I think that, settling outside of court is just putting a Band-Aid on top of it, in my opinion. But I want to read to you what Tony Buzbee said when he had an interview. If you were attending one of these parties, if you were willing and you were attending before, or you knew what was going on, what was going to happen, that is, you knew that a particular drug was being used to drink and was causing people to coerce and taken advantage of, and you were there in the room, or you participated or watched it happen and didn't say anything, or you helped cover it up, in my view, you have a problem. That's what he told TMZ. So basically, the people that were at the freak-out party, if you knew all this and seen what was happening, Tony Buzbee is coming for you. Some of the people that are not willing to settle, he is coming for you. He's going to release names, okay? The man have names. FBI have names of the people who are accomplices of Sean Diddy Combs, okay? Let's be clear. He has names. He's not playing around, okay? Other people who have tapes, they're not playing around. People are going to be exposed. That's it. Exposed of their dirty little secret that they've been hiding over a decade, okay? So you better be coming to God and praying and repenting for all the sins that you've been doing for the last decade. God is coming. And Tony, Buzbee is coming for you guys. So buckle up and get ready. Moving on. That's it. Moving on. So, Diddy Combs' mom did a press conference, Janice Small Combs, and she released a statement in regards to her son. And I'm going to read the statement, what she said. I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegation made against my son. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness what seems to be like a public leashing of my son before he has had the opportunity to provide his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserved to have his day in court, to finally share his side, and to provide his innocence, pardon me. I'm not here to portray my son as perfect, because he is not. He has made mistakes in his past, as we all have. My son may not have been entirely truthful about certain things, as much denying he has ever gotten violent with an ex-girlfriend, when the hotel surveillance showed otherwise. Sometimes the truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or is too complicated to be believed. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt. It is important to recognize that none of us, regardless of our stature, are immune to fear or mistakes. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the impulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals who were wrongly convicted and later exonerated had their freedom taken from them, not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the imagine of what this society considers to be a good person. History has shown us how individuals can be wrongly convicted due to their past actions or mistake. So there's more, but you can read the entirety on your own. So obviously that's his mother. Any mother is going to defend their son until the very end. Okay, so obviously she even mentioned that her son is not perfect. He has made mistakes in the past, referring to the whole Cassie thing, which she didn't mention. And, she's going to defend her son until the very end. With that being said, I have to say, us children, we don't tell our parents everything. We really don't. And I believe Diddy Combs don't tell his mother everything what's going on. Does she suspect certain things? Probably, because a mother intuition is a mother intuition. We always follow our gut and our intuition, and it's never wrong. He probably don't tell her everything. That could be possibly true. Or he could have. Some mother and son have a very close knit relationship that they tell each other everything and they don't keep any secrets. Some other hand don't tell their parents everything. I know I'm like 44 years old and I don't tell my parents everything. I really don't. Not because I'm hiding anything or I'm just keeping a secret. I just feel like some things are just not meant for my parents to know. And I just feel like for him, he was probably doing the same thing. But with that being said, she saw the footage, okay? She saw the footage what happened to Cassie, that she was beaten down like a dog, dragged through the hotel, and she had to think in her mind that, well, if my son can do this, maybe, just maybe, he might be capable of doing other things. Is that simple? Is the question is that she should ask her son, like, all these allegations, is it true? Have you done those things? He probably going to lie to her, say, no, it's not true. They're trying to set me up, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, tapes don't lie. With the Cassidy tape, that didn't lie. But other tapes that's going to be revealed pretty soon once the lawsuits start, taking action by filing. Tapes don't lie. If it shows Diddy's face having inappropriate sex with underage girls and boys and being drugged and everything, tapes don't lie. And I get it. She's a mom. She's a mom and she's going to defend her son to the very end. But no one's not coming after him because of like a parking ticket. You know, these are serious accusation that's against him. You know what I mean? Racketeering, prostitution, RICO violation. Those are serious crimes. Serious crimes. And I just feel like his mother needs to, like, you know, be aware and buckle up, and that his son is going to face trial and he's going to tell his truth, his version of it, which probably it might be a lie, you know, until the FBI and the other lawyers gather enough evidence to lay down and say this is what's been happening for over a decade. These are his accomplices, and they've been doing this for the last decade, you know, raping and drugging these young people without their consent. And that, you know, I'm not a mother, but as for her as a mother, that's hard, you know, to fathom that your own son can do this, allegedly. That your son allegedly may, you know, is possible doing these horrific things. Just imagine thinking that your son probably can be a monster doing these horrible things. No one doesn't want to believe their children are capable of doing things, killing, raping, burglarizing someone's home. No, every parent wants to give their children the benefit of the doubt. And that's natural because that's your son. You raised him, you know, you gave him life. Well, yeah, you gave him life and also God, and you watch him grow into a boy, to a young man, to, you know, start his own business, and he helped you out. So yeah, it would be hard for any mother to fathom that your son could be capable of doing all the things that he's being accused of. That's a natural given. But I just hope that she's just not naive. That's all I'm saying. I hope that she's just not naive and that she will hear the whole side of the truth. Because if multiple people are doing this lawsuit and they're consistent of things that other people are consistent of, it can't be a lie. I'm sorry, it can't be a lie. Even though the tape's not been produced yet to the public, but if different people are saying the same exact thing that's been happening to them, I'm sorry, it can't be a lie. To me, it has to be true, unless all of them are lying. Unless they're like cahoots with each other and then trying to, like, you know, set Diddy up, which I believe allegedly, I think Jay-Z is doing it, but you didn't hear it from me. But moving on, because I don't want to get any lawsuit on my hands for speaking my mind, even though we should have free speech. But moving on. But yeah, that's the latest news that I got so far. I just want to know your take in this. And another thing, he's been denied bail 3 times. 3 times. Trying to, you know, set bail for $50 million, and it was denied. So I'm sorry, Diddy, you're just stuck in a detention center until trial start. You're not going anywhere because he can disappear. He can threaten witnesses or have his goon threaten witnesses. So you're just going to sit there and wait for trial. So buckle up because the judge is not granting you bail. This is a third strike, you're out, buddy. So you just have to sit there and wait until trial start. And I just hope and pray that Tony Buzbee get the people and do what he needs to do. And I really hope and pray the victims really consider not settling and not take the money. I feel like, in my opinion, it's just an easy way out. It's just putting a Band-Aid on top of a Band-Aid on top of a wound. And I just feel like just fight. I know it's going to be hard and it's going to be difficult, you know, to share your story, do this testimony, and, you know, I just can't even imagine. But if you just stay strong and have faith and have trust that everything is going to be okay. And at the end of the day, it's their decision what they're going to do, the victims, if they're willing to take the money from the perpetrators who are not willing to have their names be revealed. That's on them. But I just hope and pray they could really consider not to take it, because basically you giving them an easy way out and give them a free range that they can do it to someone else. And they're never ever going to be accountable for their actions. They feel like money walks, money talks. That's what it is. Like if you have money, I can just give it to you and that's it. And they feel like money is just a easy way to fix things, which is not. Money is not everything. Dignity, respect, and taking accountability of people's action, and they need to be punished for. They need to be punished for. Plain and simple. Period. That's it. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.